Greetings everyone. It has been quite some time since I made a video. I've been busy I had a guest for a week, and then this past week I've been doing helping out with the kids camp, and so I haven't had a lot of time for even really gardening much and artwork and things like that. I was outside for a little bit today because we finally got some decent rain after not having rain for weeks, and there were a lot of tall plants that were kind of flopping over, so I had to get out there and do that. Meaning staking and just tying up. And this evening I had to use up a bunch of tomatoes, some eggplant, so I was going to show you what I made for dinner. But before that, so I've been having trouble with some of my photo encaustics with some of the paper not adhering as well as it should. So this one I was gonna tear up because of some bubbles here and some bubbles here. So I started cutting into it. Started cutting into the wax and pulling off that paper, and then I decided to put like a lot more of the medium over it, and then I decided to start just experimenting with putting colors on it. And I posted on Facebook and Instagram about, well, you know, I was going to trash this anyway, so I thought I'd play with it, and some people really like it, so I'm going to do some more experimenting. It's, you know, more of an abstraction. There is no meaning in it necessarily. So I've been playing with that. And then I've been doing these dipped, I think I showed some of these maybe in another one, unless it was just an Instagram video. These are prints on Goyu paper, which is this really interesting kind of translucent Japanese paper. I forget the fiber that it's made from. This is you buy it in sheets like this. And at first I was going to see, well, I first got it for encaustics, for cyanotypes. Never used it for the cyanotypes, although I still intend to. And I thought I might be able to adhere it to the boards without using adhesive, but that doesn't work. And I could never get the texture really smooth because it's such textured paper and it absorbs the wax. But when I peeled it off of there, I decided to go ahead and dip it into the medium, and I really like it this way. I'm trying to think of ways that I can mat and frame it, maybe even with a background that has some other texture or pattern to it itself, because of the translucency. You can see that, and when it goes on the white, so the difference between you know, when it's not against anything and then when it's against the white, the colors really pop. So I have a couple of small ones that I've done like that, and then I decided to do one of my, what I call my faux panoramas, or my multi-exposure, oh, I can't get that light right, Holgas. Now this is Great Falls up in Virginia in the fall, so they have the fall colors there, so I'm going to experiment with more of this size of a print, and again you can see it really changes in tone. It becomes much richer and brighter when it's on the white background. So I'm working with that. And then I'm also thinking about more for my Baba Yaga's Garden series. And I will be working on some of that this week. So this is what I made tonight. I had all these eggplants and a pepper, and I roasted them, and it doesn't look all that great because roasted eggplant doesn't necessarily look great. But I put some lime juice, some salt, some green onion, and some roasted cumin in with the roasted pepper. It was like part green, part red, and eggplant. Oh, there's my water's boiling. I'm gonna do egg noodles. And this is the sauce I made. Very deep, rich red sauce because there's some wine in there. with all the tomatoes and herbs from my garden, and then some veggie sausage and yellow squash from my garden. And then I've got a salad there. And of course I've got some wine to go with that. What else was I going to show you? I was going to show you some of my bouquets. I was trying to trim back some of the red sunflowers that are out there, but you can see the garden is quite tall. Still cutting back some things, staking some things. The sunflowers are looking really bedraggled still, but they're still blooming, and the goldfinches absolutely love the sunflowers. So I'm still leaving those in. Things will be changing out there as we get more towards fall. There's always so much to do, and it's so challenging to keep up on my own. I also went in and talked to the director of the Visual Arts Center in Richmond. We talked about maybe me doing some classes there in the future, but they're not ready for that yet. And in fact, I haven't really worked out the details of, like, for instance, if I wanted to do a cyanotype class, or if I wanted to do another pinhole class there, if I would change the, the curriculum, if you want to call it. What you looking at, Avery? You looking outside? You already had your dinner. So that was good. I talked to her on Friday, yesterday. We had a good chat. And here's another one of my bouquets from all my flowers out in the garden, which I love. All right, I'm going to keep this really short. I've got to cook my egg noodles, but I thought I would just do a little check-in. Okay, bye.